Okay, we are recording. Happy Friday, you guys. I just finished a workout, so I'm sorry that I'm a little red and sweaty. But I'll finish with an hour of Pilates. So we'll go ahead and breathe, stretch, and do some work. So let's go ahead and get started. We are going to begin lying on our back. Start with, of course, the knees bent and feet grounded on the floor. Having the knees and feet hip bone width distance apart, narrow stance. Arms are going to be lengthened down, slightly pulled away with the palms facing the sky. Lightly press the backs of your shoulders into the ground to really broaden you across your chest. Crown of your head reaching to the back of your workspace, imagining that you're holding a tennis ball between your chin and your chest. Feel your tailbone stretching down towards the front of your workspace. And then let the eyes softly close here, bringing the focus more inward. We'll connect to our body and we'll connect, of course, our core via breath. Begin by taking a nice deep inhale through your nose. Softly purse lips. Let the breath spill out of your body, falling away. Again, deep breath in, filling to the top. Softly purse lips. Let the breath fall out. When you inhale, pull from your lower belly all the way up into the top of your chest. Pursing lips and squeezing breath out, emptying from top of chest, pushing everything out through the lower belly region. Ribs expanding when you're inhaling. Ribs knitting to midline when you exhale. Keep a light, easy breath in. Create a more powerful, forceful exhale out. Take a hand onto your belly. When you inhale, feel it rise and keep the core muscles relaxed. Exhaling with power, feeling then those muscles engaging, right? Contraction of core and firming up of your belly. We'll just continue with this here. Building up relationship between our breath and core as they are directly related and work hand in hand. See if you can start to pull your abs in even deeper with each breath out you take. 4 more cycles of breath, really tapping into movement and sensation, muscle activity, and staying very mindful, focused, and present. When you get to that last round of breath and on that exhale, when the core is tightening up, use the strength of your powerhouse to lift your feet off the ground and slowly pull the knees to your chest. Place hands on knees. We'll always start just gently rocking side to side. Just warming our body up into movement, but really learning to stay with the tempo of our breath. Link the two together so the quality of your inhale and exhale doesn't get lost. Wonderful. Then from side to side, we'll then create more of a circular motion with the legs. Let your hands help guide this movement through, as now we're focused on massaging into the SI joints, which are behind you, of course, just above your tailbone. Good. And then pause here and reverse direction. Good. Take the legs back into still. Let's just hold the right knee with our right hand and stretch the left leg all the way to the floor. Flex the foot. You're going to use that right hand, and the left arm comes out to a T. You're going to use that right hand on an inhale to open the leg out to its side. And then as you exhale, use the hand now to pull that thigh up and in closer to the armpit. You're going to hold this space here and breathe into the hip, kind of opening it up, giving it some space. Good. Start to then begin to draw some big circles with that leg. Take your time. Find nice full range of motion while we continue to work on the mobility of that hip and get a little massage into the hip flexor in the front body. Good. And then you're going to position that right leg so it's lined up with its hip. Place both hands onto the knee now and gently hug the leg in closer to body, which will stretch the glute in the lower back. As you hug in, sometimes the shoulders like to scrunch to our ears. So let's do the opposite, anchoring the shoulders to the floor. While the leg is hugged in close, draw circles with your foot, warm into your ankle. The reverse direction. And the foot comes into still, and now your right arm extends out to its side. Palm is up and shoulder presses into the floor. As many breaths as you need, the leg begins to cross over to your left while you look over right shoulder for spinal twist. Really, really let your body ease into the space. Feeling every exhale melt you more into this rotation. Let's do a couple more here. One last time, breath in. Firm up your belly, exhale, slowly unwind and come back through center. Once centered, let that right leg release, lengthen it out, meet your left, and the right arm can come beside you. Left knee then draws in, just the left hand holding on. Inhale, use the hand to open the leg out to its side. And then on the exhale, let's hug that left thigh up and in towards the armpit. Sometimes it helps, like I had hooked my hand behind the knee. This gives a little extra support because then you can actually use the strength of your bicep muscle to draw the leg in closer to your body. Just hold that space for a moment. Good, and then from here, draw circles with the leg. So if your arm or if your hand was hooked behind the knee, you're gonna have to transfer it to the front of the knee to pull the leg through the circular motion. Take your time. Range of motion important, not the speed. Firm up your belly to help stabilize the rest of your body while that leg circles through. Good. And then go ahead and slowly begin to line the left leg up with its hip. Place both hands onto the knee and hug the leg in closer to the body. Shoulders pull down. Holding in, draw circles with the foot, warm into the ankle. Reverse direction. Gonna take the foot into still. Left arm extends out to T, shoulder anchors to ground, guiding your leg now across to the right side while looking over the left shoulder as much as you can, coming into your twist. Big, deep, and full breaths here. Let's do one more inhale here. Firm up the core, unwind slow, come back through center. Once you've centered, place both hands back to that left knee. Take a breath in. Lower belly pulls down deep. Exhale, hover your right leg off the floor. Closer to the ground will be a little bit more work. Higher to the sky will be a bit more modified, so choosing one that works best. Either a flex foot or pointed toe, either way to lock the leg up, keep it firm and strong. Using your core strength to keep the leg elevated and stabilized. With your next breath out, now lift up the head, the neck, the shoulders, eyes to your navel, and then take the elbows, sweep them out, and drop the shoulders even further down. Breathing deep throughout this all as the core is working to hold the body in position. With your next breath out, release the hands, take them behind the head, and keep the elbows out really wide. Good, one more breath in here. Let's slowly switch the legs. Exhaling, right knee draws in, left leg lengthens out. Hold that space. Find the length through the toes of your left foot. Feel the right knee pull in as closely as it can. Take another breath in. Exhale, release the hands from behind the head. Place it back, not back onto the right knee, but to your right knee. Good, one more breath in. Exhale the head and shoulders. Gently come back to the floor. Breath in here. On your exhale, now take the left knee, draw it into the chest to meet your right knee. Both hands on either leg. Rock gently side to side to recover. Good. All right, let's go ahead and lift both legs to the sky next. Pointed toes for length and strength. Hold the back of your right leg with both hands. Begin to lower your left leg towards the floor. Again, lower to ground, more intense, higher to sky, more modified. Head can stay grounded for this, or it can come up at any point in time for more heat. If it straightens your neck, I want the head to come back down, yeah? We're working our core, we're stretching our hammies. Let's do this. Inhale, pulse the leg in twice. Right leg to body, exhale, scissor the legs, switch them out. Left leg, pulse in twice, breathe in. Switch on the breath out. Good, be mindful of your shoulders in relation to where the ears are. Keep your spine imprinted so that you're not sliding around on your workspace. Take your time with the pulsing so you get that nice deep stretch to the backs of your legs, and then keeping the legs as long as you can. Eyes to navel if the head is up, and the breath is big. Let's do this for 5 more seconds. Yeah, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then legs come together, knees pull in. If the head was up, taking it down and recovering here again. And we're going to try a different variation of our figure 4 stretch today. I don't normally cue to this variation. If you're finding it's not working for your body, you can just go into the original figure 4 for the hip stretch. So we'll try first, both legs back up to the sky. Again, pointed toes just to keep the legs active. Let's then take the right ankle, cross it over the left knee, flex the foot. You may have to physically kind of grab the right foot with your left hand and pull it down into that space. Never on the knee direct, below it, yeah? Flex foot for energy. Use your right hand then to push the leg out and then activate the leg so it can stay there as you remove your hand. Now take both hands behind your left leg and gently draw that left leg in closer to your body. So same concept, just with a straightened leg rather than a bent knee. Root your tailbone to the floor, and you could offer gentle rocking here if you wish, just to get to like different nooks and crannies of the hip and glute region. Good. And then if you were in movement, let's come back into still. Now my right foot is flexed and my left foot, the toes are pointed. So let's keep it as such. Release the back of your left leg. Interlace fingers, take your hands behind your head. On a breath in, both legs staying in their position are going to lower downward towards the floor. Press the ankle into leg, leg into ankle, and then exhale, use your core strength to pull back up. Again, lowering with resistance, lifting with core strength. Let's do 4 more. Maybe the head and shoulders can come up. Inhale. 3 more. Beautiful. 2 more, guys. Right leg still pushing away. Keep that hip open. 1 last time. Lowering slowly. Lifting. Good. Uncrossing, knees to chest, head to floor. Recover. That was an interesting one. I've never done that one before. It was a nice try. It worked. I'm pleased. Sometimes I just make things up as you go along. All right, let's go to the other side. What we'll start with, of course, the hip stretch first. Legs lifted, toes pointed, tailbone grounded. Then the left ankle crosses over right knee, but again, below the kneecap itself. Flex the foot. So coming from above into this can be hard. Sometimes we kind of get stuck up here. So grabbing the foot, placing it beneath the knee. Doesn't have to be close to the hip at all. Just below the kneecap. And then flex the foot. Use your left hand, push the leg out, feel that hip opening up. Once it has, maintain that space. Grab behind the right leg with both hands, and then gently pull in. Toes are pointed on the right foot. Notice how my knee was a little bit bent, and then I realized, I'm like, oh, I've got to straighten out, straighten out, straighten out. Yeah. So you're going to feel the back of your knee pressing forward, toes pointing and reaching high to the sky. Again, you could offer gentle rocking here as well. Shoulders draw down, chin is still holding that tennis ball underneath. Good. All right, if you were in movement, you're then going to come back into still. Right toes are still pointed, left foot is still flexed. Release your hands. The legs should just kind of naturally fall forward just a little bit. Interlace fingers, hands behind the head. Here we go. Inhale, both legs at the same time, lowering towards the ground. And then exhale, pulling back up. We never want the ankle and leg to separate. Press them in equally together as you come down on an inhale. Reach to the toes of that right foot. Exhale, pull back up. We'll do 4 more. Maybe the head and shoulders can lift for the last. Good, 3 more. Coming down nice and slow. 2 more times. Once more, guys. Come down with resistance. Reach out through that right foot. Lift slowly to the sky. Uncross, knees in, head down. Relief, recovery. Beautiful. All right, let's keep the knees into the chest. Let's lower the arms beside us. Stretch those fingertips actively towards the front of your workspace. What that also does is not just like lengthening your arms, but it's going to actively and physically pull your shoulders down, which is also included with the shoulder blades in the back body. Everything is sliding down to the front of your workspace. Then once you have that length and activeness in between shoulder blades and the shoulders themselves, hover the arms off the ground. They are stiff now like a board. You can choose to keep your head grounded and spine imprinted, or lifting up the head, the neck, the shoulders. Point your toes, take an inhale. On your exhale, extend just the right leg away from the body. Draw the knees slowly back to chest. Now the left side. Now remembering the one body part moves, but everything else should be like a statue. So you're working fairly hard to stabilize all of that. Right leg again, extending out, long, long, long. Knee draws in on an inhale. Left leg reaches away. Inhale in. Right leg again, reaches out, keep the leg there. Pump the arms down. And again, nothing else moves in body. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms still, knee draws in. Exhale the left leg out, hold the leg there. Pump the arms vigorously, power. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms in stillness, knee pulls in, inhale. Both legs now extend out long. Knees towards forehead on the inhale if the head is up. If the head is down, think knees to chest. Extend the legs out. Point through your toes. Draw the knees back in. Make sure you're not sliding on your workspace. Twice more. Good. Inhale in. Once more. Reach it out long. Keep the legs long. Flutter kick the legs. Reach through toes. Stiffen up the quads. Activate the core and the glutes and the arms. 5, 4, 3. Good. 2. Almost there. 1. Good. Knees in. Head down. Release and recover. All right, I think it's a nice time to get a nice deep back body stretch. So we'll move right into our roll-ups next. So let's take the legs all the way to the ground, lengthened out, and feet are flexed. Squeeze legs together tightly to make sure that the inner edges of your feet run parallel. Arms are going to stretch overhead behind you. Palms face each other. Make sure the ribs seal down rather than pop up, which is a common thing that can happen. Breath in, start to peel off the floor. Arms, head, shoulders. Then exhale with power. Core strong, lifts you high, stack up tall. Fold slowly over legs and let the head gently fall through the arms. Stack upright on an inhale. Tuck and round and roll down slow, exhaling. Again, start to peel up. Really push that air out when it becomes physically challenging. Nice and tall, good posture. Hinge, fold, deep stretch. Keep the flex of your feet, very important. Stack upright, inhale. Make sure you always look straight ahead, exhaling, so that the chin doesn't press into chest. And you can keep a nice long neck. Let's keep the arms in line with our ears now. Breath in, start it off. Without the arms pulling forward. Can you come up? It's a little bit more challenging, yeah? Hinge, fold, find some length here. Fingertips stretch to the toes, but shoulder blades pull down your backside. Upright on the inhale. Now feeling the arms almost behind the ears slightly when you come down. Let's do it with our hands stacked on top of our head now. Forehead, yeah, elbows wide, hands glued. Breath in, start it. Good, sit tall. This time we're gonna keep a flat back. You're hinging forward at the hips. Imagine your heart was stretching to your toes. You're looking well beyond your feet. Sit upright, breathe in. Let's stay seated. Let's just exhale the arms down beside us. I'm taking a quarter turn to face the camera just so you have a little bit better visual for yourself, but you guys can stay as you are. We're gonna go right into spine twist next. So remembering that this is about activating your obliques, your waistline. It's about maintaining posture and the stabilization of hips and pelvis. So if the legs shift, you've twisted too far. The rotations themselves are very small, purposefully, so that these guys get the work. We're gonna do this with our arms in a genie position out in front of us, so stacked forearms. We wanna make sure that those forearms are directly in line with the shoulders, not above, not below. And then from there, feel the chest lift up high, the shoulder blades pull down, and the belly draws in. Push through the heels. You can have a little bend in the knees if you're needing, but squeeze those legs tight together. Take an inhale, get taller out through crown of head. Exhale, I want you to twist using your core strength to the right. Do not let the arms pull. They're just going to naturally follow. Come back through center on an inhale. So literally imagine you were frozen in the shape, but you just had mobility in the torso to twist, yeah? Exhale, take it over to the left. Eyes should stay at the horizon. Breath into center. Also moving very slow here, because normally if I were to move quickly, I'd stop actually a little bit short. Can you take your time to see those muscles can just squeeze a little bit more motion out of the body? Center on an inhale. Like you're wringing out a wet towel, right? So sometimes the first wring out doesn't quite do it. So you kind of come back for a second try to get more water out. And sometimes it's very successful, yeah? Come back through center. Same concept with our midsection here. One more to each. Taller through crown of head. That's your posture. Center, breathe in. Nice spinal movement here, yeah, to the left. Good. Come back through center, stay centered. Now open the arms out to T, palms face forward, fingers spread wide. Feel the reach from wall to wall. And then feel the shoulder blades draw in and draw down, belly in, belly up. Let's draw some circles with the arms. So in the movement of this exercise, you're strengthening your lats, your shoulders, and your rhomboids, which are between your shoulder blades. Your abdominals are strengthening to support everything else, making sure it doesn't move. Good, 3, 2, 1, pause, reverse direction. So you still have to reach away from your midsection with the arms. Find the energy through the fingertips. Inhale, exhale for 3, 2, 1. Good, and then very gently melt forward. Let your feet relax. Let your arms relax. Let your head relax. And breathe into your back body. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Again, big inhale. Let's roll slowly up to seated. Breathing out. Beautiful. All right, I don't do this often, but we're going to go through a bit of a rolling like a ball series. So it'll be a nice massage for your spine while working your core. We'll start a little easy and then we'll work up to the more challenging positions for this. So we'll start with a classic rolling like a ball. I'm going to take another quarter turn to face what would be the front of my workspace so that you can see me a little bit better here for form. So always remember a few things while doing this exercise. We're first going to start with knees bent, feet grounded, sitting tall, hands at our knees. We're going to rock back to balance point. I'm going to look down at my lower belly, and as I look down, my spine rounds, my core scoops out. I don't ever, 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 ever want to lose that. I never want to look up ever during this exercise. Always look down. Another thing here too, sweeping elbows out helps to pull the shoulders from ears, as this tension is very common in this exercise. We want to eliminate this, activate shoulder blades, elbows out, belly firm. We're not going to use momentum, as tempting as it is. So when we fall back, we literally are just gently falling back. We're not tossing our body back. We're not tossing the body forward. We're using subtle momentum and core strength and breath work. Here we are, rolling like a ball. When you breathe in, you're just going to lean back enough so you just naturally fall back to about tips of shoulder blades. That was hard, even on my first try. Okay, it can get tough. If you use momentum, surely easy to come back up. If you don't use momentum, it requires that big, strong exhale, that big, strong core strength. Here we go again. Inhale. Good. Notice I'm never losing sight of my lower belly. It's going to keep the shape of your spine, which is going to act as the momentum here. Let's do a couple more. Wow, these are tough today, yeah? One more time. Gentle roll back. Once you've completed your last, feet to the ground and just fall gently over the legs. All right, so that was the classic. That was more on the easier side of the series. I want us to move next into open leg rocker. Similar shape of spine, breath work the same, movement the same, just a different position of body. We're just going to do a few of them in a modified variation, which is actually slightly easier than what we just did. And then we'll work our way into the full expression of open leg rocker. So with this one, you're going to rock back to balance point again, but this time you're going to lift your ankles in line with your knees like tabletop. And then you're going to open the knees out a little bit wider than shoulder width. So you create like a V with your thighs. And then you're going to go ahead and just clasp gently behind the knees, a light grip. So here I am, I've scooped my core, I've rounded my spine, I'm still looking down at my lower belly, and then I'm going to fall back just like I had before. Inhale, exhale, come up. It's easier because the legs are further away from the body and opened. The tighter you are in a ball, the more challenging it is for the movement. So just getting the idea of the legs being a little bit more opened here. Let's do one more. Falling back gently. Coming back up to balance point. So from balance point here, what you're going to do is you're going to straighten your legs, point those toes, and then hold onto the legs where you can without the shoulders pulling up. So if you're trying to reach for those feet and you're like, nope, that's not going to happen, right? So grab down lower. Although your front body is scooped out, what I don't want to happen is this chest caving. You can kind of see it a little bit here. My shoulders have popped up to my nose even, and now my whole chest has collapsed in. If you have a collapsed chest, this is going to be impossible to do. So I want your hands to be low enough to where your chest can still be lifted, your shoulders can be still plugged in, but you still have a scooped out belly and a rounded spine. Look down towards your belly button. We're going to give a little bit more momentum with these because these are fairly tricky, okay? So you're going to give yourself a bit of a rock back on an inhale. Come back to balance point. Yeah, it's tricky. Keep those legs stiff, strong. Inhale back. What makes it a little bit easier is to narrow your openness of legs. The wider they are, sometimes the more challenging it can be. Couple more here. One more time. Whoa, almost did not make it. All right, bend the knees, feet to the ground, fold over the legs to rest. These are just fun to try. You know, if you're not quite able to get there, that's okay. These are a little bit more of an advanced exercise. It could be something that you want to add to your own practice or do on the side just to kind of, you know, challenge the body a little bit further. All right, we are going to do one more variation of rolling like a ball. This one's going to be the most challenging as it's going to eliminate any sort of momentum you may or may have not brought to this exercise. Generally speaking, we do toss in a bit of momentum. We're kind of needing to. This one is going to totally put it to a halt, which is going to make it more challenging for your core, because then the core really has to take hold. So this is called seal. What we're going to do here is clasp behind your knees, rock back to balance point. Now you're going to take the knees out wide again, but you're going to take your hands and you're going to, first you're going to wrap your arms from the inside of the legs underneath them, and then you're going to kind of just clasp your heels with your hands. So seals, right, with their fins, clap, clap, clap. So I guess that's why they named it this. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna scooch forward a little bit because I feel like I'm gonna lose some space. I'll just demonstrate this first really quick. So again, same roundedness of spine, same scooped out of core, still looking downward at my navel. I'm gonna take 3 claps with my feet like a seal would. Clap, clap, clap. I'm gonna rock back to my shoulder blades. I'm gonna pause, clap 3 times here, and then come back up. So clap, clap, clap. Come back, hold here, clap, clap, clap. So let's do this with breath now. Inhale, clap 3 times, sitting upright, clap, clap, clap. Exhale, rock back and hold. Inhale, clap 3 times, clap, clap, clap. Exhale, back up to sitting point. Let's do it one more time, shall we? Inhale, clap, clap, clap. Hold, clap, clap, clap. Coming back up. Take the outer edges of your feet to the ground. Hold onto your ankles, knees open wide. Sit really tall. Hinge. Round slow. Let the head be the last thing that comes down. Let's do one more breath into the back body. Exhale, let's roll it up slowly. Head is the last thing that comes up. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and stretch the legs out long again in front of us. Feet are flexed. Let's sit up really tall, hug between shoulder blades, drop them down and belly in. Arms are going to extend directly out in front, palms face each other. Hands are a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Quads, core, take an inhale, get taller. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, round your spine, roll back a notch. Hold here and inhale. Push out through the heels of your feet and lift your right leg off the ground. Take it down, breathe in. Left side. Take it down on an inhale. And then roll back on the exhale a little bit further. Hold there and inhale again. Chest up, shoulders down, look straight ahead. Exhale the right leg up. Belly in, quad fired up. Take the leg down on an inhale. Left side. Good, take the leg down, breathe in. And let's roll back a little bit further. We're gonna add to this, so on your exhale now, as the right leg lifts, your upper body is going to twist to the right. The leg is up and down, the upper body is side to side. Come back through center, lower the leg. Now you'll rotate to the left with upper body as your left leg lifts straight up. Take the leg straight down as you unwind to center. And let's come back a little bit further. We'll do 2 more sets. Exhaling, right leg comes up, upper body rotates. Take it back through center, leg comes down. Left side. Good. Inhale through center. Once more, we come back a little bit further. Breathe in. Exhale, right side. Take it down, breathe in. Exhale, left side. Good. Come back through center. And then very gently roll all the way onto the ground. I'm just grabbing my phone to see what time it is. Ooh, and once you've lowered all the way onto the floor, let's roll onto our right side body. Let's get some leg work going here. So outer hip strengthening to start. You want to be in a nice straight line with the body. Hand to hip, elbow points straight to sky. This is never going to change, or we don't want it to change rather. So I will always, always, always remind you of that elbow. And if you notice it had pulled back or had fallen forward, that's also an indicator that the shoulder or hip had, which then would mean the body is thrown off alignment. So hand to hip, elbow to sky, feet are flexed. Bottom leg, it is an anchor, it's pressed down, that doesn't change, as is the arm, right? Even if you're resting onto it, anchor it to the floor firmly. Top leg is going to hover, and we're going to inwardly rotate the thigh. And then we're going to look straight ahead to line our neck up with the rest of our spine. Let's take an exhale to lift that left leg up higher. Make sure the core is tightening here, contraction of. Hover the leg when you breathe in. Again, exhale, slow pull up. And then hover when you breathe in. We're going to do 4 more of these. 4. And then hover. 3 more. Really isolate here. Hover the leg. 2 more times. Slow pull up. Energy through heel of foot. Hover the leg. Make sure to keep that internal rotation. Lift leg up. Exhaling. Take down to a hover and hold here. Point the toes. Externally rotate the thigh without letting the hip, elbow, or shoulder fall back. Then take that left leg and pull it out in front of you just a little bit. On a breath in, tap the toes to the ground in front of you twice. Tap, tap. Use your breath out. Lift the leg up high. Move nothing else in your body. Then 2 taps behind you. Tap, tap to the floor. Lift leg up nice and high. Inhale. Behind, inhale. Take your time with these, right? We're not in a race, but what we are looking to do is to control, control, control. So when you move slow, you have a greater chance of being able to support that. Let's do 1 more to the front. Lift. 1 more behind you. Tap, tap, lift. And then let's take that leg back to a hover in line with the rest of the body. Make sure the toes are still pointed, the thighs still externally rotated. On a breath in, slide the toes up the inside of your right leg, bending the knee, point the knee straight to the sky. Then lift the leg up nice and long. Flex the foot, exhale, return the leg to hover. Maintain external rotation, point the toes. Inhale, slide up, lift high, flexed foot, exhale to hover. 2 more this direction, pointed toes. Inhale, knee points straight up. Leg lifts to sky, flex the foot, reach out through that heel as you come down. Once more, pointed toes, inhale. And then exhale, flex, and come to hover. Now we're going to reverse this. Inhale, lift legs straight up to sky. Exhale, bend knee, point the toes, and slide the toes down the inside of your right leg. Flex the foot, lift, bend, point, slide out. So notice my left leg has movement, nothing else does though. Lift 2 more times, bend, point, slide out. So my abs are engaged throughout this to help support that lift. Bend, point, slide out, roll the leg in, flex the foot, pulse it to the sky for 10. Good. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Gently take the leg down, 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 all the way. Bend the knee to the ground, and if you'd like, tap the hip out. So with a couple of those exercises, the kind of toe taps and the leg lift, that's hip work. The hip muscle is working to pull the leg up and guide it down either in front of you or behind you. Core is working to stabilize and prevent other parts of your body from moving. With this kind of ballet-esque move here, that hip is working particularly when the leg is in this position. I don't want the knee to fall forward. I want that knee to be pulled up as high to the sky as it can, meaning that muscle right there behind you, squeezed in tight and fired up. Okay, just a little explanation of those two things, because I know once we get going, sometimes that description gets lost. So now we're gonna take that left foot behind the right leg. The right leg is gonna angle slightly more in front. I'm gonna take my hand back to my hip, elbow back to sky. So now my hips are no longer stacked. That's to be expected because of the step back. However, what I don't wanna see is the body falling back, right? We're still lying on our right side. My elbow can still point to the sky here. Flex your foot, hover the right leg, external rotation to start this one. Inner thigh, pelvic floor, lower abs. Exhale, lift through the heel of your foot. Take the leg back to hover on and inhale. So every exercise we do, there's isolation involved. So leg movement, nothing else. 2 more, lift. Good, so we're doing a shortened set with this one. We're gonna lift the leg up and we're gonna take it to hover. Now, what we're gonna do is 2 more sets, same movement, however, the counts will be different. So we're gonna start with this one, second set. We're gonna take 4 counts and an exhale to lift the leg up. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down for 1 count. Again, 4, lifting, 3, 2, 1. Down for a count. We'll do 2 more of these. Lift, 2, 3, 4. Come down for a count. Last time, lift, 2, 3, 4. Take it down for a count. Now we reverse it. Lift for 1 count up. Lower down. 4, slowly. 3, 2, to hover again. Up for 1, down for 4. 4, 3, 2 more times. Lift. Take it down. 4, 3, 2. Last time. Lift it up for 1. Come down. 4, 3, 2. Hover. Then lift the leg up. Push through heel. External rotation. Hold it here. 5. Higher. 4. Keep breathing. 3. Thigh work. 2. Higher up. 1. Good. And then slowly, 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 slowly take the leg to the ground. Restack the body. Point your toes now, squeeze your legs together very tight. Even your glutes are involved. If you're not here already, I'll ask you to prop your head up with your right hand, but you're going to interlace the fingers behind your head. So the heel of your right hand, for mine at least, is kind of just behind my ear and just kind of resting on that kind of bony bump there as like a little shelf that helps to secure in place. Take a breath in here. And then on your exhale, lift your right arm off the ground. And then take it down, breathe in. Not a big lift at all. Maybe you can barely lift the arm off. That's okay. We are still strengthening the waistline. Again, lifting up and coming down. We'll do 4 more. 4. Good. Point and reach those toes. 3 more. Good. Take it down. Anchor those legs in. 2 more times. Good. Come down. Once more. Lift. Hold the lift. Extend left arm up, right arm in line with your body, and then lift both legs up. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Very slowly take it down. Wonderful. We're going to do all of that on the other side. So however it's easiest for you to transition onto your left side body. Okay. So once you make your way on your left side, remember straight line to start, stacked up nice, hand to hip, elbow to sky, push out through your heels, bottom leg pushes down, top leg hovers, internally rotate the leg, look straight ahead. starting with just a simple lift. Exhale, pull the leg up using your outer hip strength. Hover the leg when you breathe in. Again. And hover. We're going to do 4 more of these. 4. And hover. Good. 3 more, guys. Lift. Good. Never, never, never forget about your core. 2 more. Good. Hover. 1 more time. Leg pulls up slow. Hover the leg with resistance. And then once it's hovered, point the toes. External rotation of thigh. Lock your bottom leg to the ground. Pull the right leg slightly in front of you. Keep that elbow exactly where it should be, pointing straight north. 2 taps down, breathe in. Lift leg high, breath out. 2 taps behind, breath in. Lift leg high, exhale. Continue here. Take your time. Remember, slow, controlled, more muscles being worked, right? Which is our purpose, right? To strengthen stabilizers, improve posture. Good. 2 more to the front, 2 more to the back. Be mindful of what else can be working here. Bottom leg, bottom arm, abs, shoulder muscles, upper back muscles. So everything's involved here. 1 more here, tap, tap, lift high, and then slowly take the leg back to hover in line with everything else. We still have an external rotation. The toes are still pointed. From here, on a breath in, we're sliding the toes up the inside of the left leg. We're bending the knee points to sky, hip activated. Lift the leg up, reach through the toes. Then flex the foot, push out through the heel as the leg comes down to hover. Point your toes again. Slide up, lift high, flex, and come down slow. Let's do 2 more this direction. Pointed toes, slide, lift, flex, return down, check that elbow, adjust again if you're needing to. Pointed toes, inhale, exhale. Let's now reverse. Breath in with a flexed foot, we lift the leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, point the toes, slide all the way out. Flex the foot again, lift, bend, point. So also make sure that thigh is externally rotating the whole time. 2 more, lift, bend, point, slide out. Once more, push through the heel, lift high to the sky, point your toes, bend your knee, slide the toes down the inside of your left leg. Once there, you're landing in hover, you're internally rotating, flexing the foot, and then pulsing, 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 pulsing up to sky. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Leg comes down nice and slow. And then the knee can bend to the ground in front and tap out the hip. Just want to check the time here too while we're here resting. Beautiful. Okay. So now we'll move on to the left leg. Right foot stepping behind it. Left leg angling a bit more out in front of you. Hand to hip, elbow back to sky, flex the foot, hover the leg, starting with external rotation. So remember that simple lift and lower, but then providing variations for. So belly firm, breath big, exhale, leg comes up. Hover on a breath in. So we're only doing 4 total for these. Lift, and then hover. 2 more times. Squeeze that breath out to the very bottom. Good. Hover. 1 last time. And then take the leg to hover. Now 4 counts to lift the leg. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, down for a count. Exhale, lift. 4. 2 more. Last one. Now we lift for 1. Inhale. Again. 2 more. Last time. Good. Lift the leg up high, hold it there, externally rotating, elbow up, push through heel, core tight. 5, 4, higher, 3, higher, 2, a little bit more, 1, and then slowly, slowly, slowly take the leg all the way down. Once it has, restack the body. Prop your head up with your left hand if it's not already there. Pointed toes, legs squeezed. Interlace the fingers. And again, I just like to use that kind of bumpy part of my skull behind my ear to cup my left hand on, just so it doesn't slip, right? Like that. It stays kind of nestled. All right, let's take a breath in. Use your side line strength. Lift the left arm off the floor. Side body crunch, come down. Right here in the waistline. Exhale, cinch it in, lift it up, come down. Again, this lift is not big at all. Let's do 4 more. Good, take it down. 3 more. Good, 2 more times. 1 last. We're lifting, we're gonna hold, right arm to sky, left arm directly out in front, and legs come up, hold. 3, 2, 1. Good, and then very gently take everything down. Beautiful, let's go ahead and come up to seated. And we get a little stretch for hips, inner thighs, and side body. What I'd like you to do first is start with your right leg bent down in front of you, your left leg coming out to a half straddle. Now with the right leg bent in front of you, I want you to take the foot and kind of push it away from you. So when you look down at the leg, it's about 90 degrees. Then I want you to frame your right leg with both hands, so one on either side, and then turn your torso to frame or square up to the inside of the leg. You're going to keep your back flat. You're going to walk the hands forward and try to drape your belly over your legs, but still stretch the heart past your knee. Getting a little hip stretch here. Flex the foot to support the knee. And also it helps to give a little bit more sensation to the stretch on your right, on your right hip. Good, let's take 1 more breath in here. Exhaling, I want you to walk the hands back in so that you sit upright, shoulders above hips, and then you're going to untwist so you square forward. Then you're going to take that right foot, pull it in close towards the inner thigh, and make sure that you're really kind of pressing the hips forward here so that you get a nice big straddle on the left leg. Right arm is going to reach up, take a deep inhale, and then stretch over towards your left leg on the exhale. So we're getting the side body on the right, inner thigh of the left. And you can use your left arm, right? You can press to the inside of the thigh if that's available to you. What that can do is can help rotate you open towards the sky. Again, that's something you may want to add, but you don't have to. Keep pushing through the heel of your left foot and feel the ribs pushing off to the right. Good. Let's take 1 more breath in here. Use your core strength. Firm up that belly to slowly pull you up, and then let that arm float down. Beautiful. We're going to do the other leg now. So we're going to bend the left leg in, extend the right leg out to a half straddle. Flexed feet for both sides. That left foot's going to pull forward. So again, creating almost 90 degrees with the leg. You're going to frame your leg with both hands, tented fingers, turn torso square to it, push off, get taller, lengthen the spine, then walk it out forward. Hands come first, but your heart, the energy of your heart is most important. If you start to round your back and push away from the floor, you're going to lose your stretch. The more you reach into the floor in front of you, you're going to feel a lot more in that left hip. Beautiful. Let's take 1 more breath in here. And let's walk it in on the breath out. Sit up tall. unravel. Pull the left foot in close. Press the hips forward more to get more openness. And then we'll go to our side stretch here. Left arm reaching up, breathe it in. Stretch over to your right side on the breath out. Keep your sits bones equally anchored. Plug your left shoulder down into its socket. Make sure the arm is in line with the ear, not pulled out in front. You're going to lose stretch otherwise. So keep it in line. And then again, your right arm, if you'd like, can press into the inside of your right leg, and it can help twist you open and perhaps look to the sky. Again, this is not a requirement, only an option. Breathe into the side body and the inner thigh. Good, let's do one more breath in here. Fill it up and then exhale, firm up that belly, stack up tall, let the arm come down beside you. Beautiful. We're going to go ahead and transition to tabletop next, because what I'd like us to do is to come into some plank work. We're not, obviously, tabletop is just the prep. So we're going to do a few different variations of plank, offering in a little bit of movement within it to emphasize different muscle groups, as doing plank really obviously activates the whole body, but offering in these movements can really isolate to, again, certain muscle groups that are going to work a little bit harder. What I'd like us to start with first is going to be a leg pull. I'll just demonstrate it really briefly and then we'll get into the work. We're going to hold these planks for 30 seconds and do those movements within that 30. So leg pull is strengthening more into the glutes and core. Both two are emphasized about equal. So in the plank, flat body, squeeze glute, lift leg up, leg pull, take it down. Then the other side. We're not going to kick quick. We're going to move slow and use the glute strength to pull the foot off the ground. So we're going to do that for 30 seconds. I'll get my timer set up. We'll begin our leg pull in 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds. Make sure the fingers are spread here, that your body's in a straight line. The belly's pulled in and up. If you're looking forward, not down at the ground. You're taking your time with these. We got 10 more seconds with this. Good, 5 more. 3, 2, 1. Gently to your knees. Sit back into a child's pose to recover. Okay, so we're going to take a brief moment of rest. What I'd like us to do next is emphasize the shoulders and chest. So we're going to go into shoulder taps for this next one. Really brief demonstration, and then again, we'll go into the work. So with this plank, I want the feet to be much wider than. So wider stance is going to help support you. Your hips have to stabilize within this, so I don't want any seesaw rocking happening. So we're going to let more core here as well. It's going to go opposite hand to opposite shoulder, come down, tap and release. Try to keep the hips from moving, using abs, and then of course your arms are working hard because, right, that weight shifts into one grounded arm when that hand taps the shoulder. All right, so this is our second set of 30-second plank. Shoulder tap, wide feet. 3, 2, 1. Begin for 30. Again, look forward, heart forward. Core, you have to remind it to stay engaged, particularly for this one, to keep those hips nice and steady. Squeeze those glutes tight. Breathe big through these, guys. 10 more seconds. We almost there. 5 more. Good. And rest. Come to the knees. Gently sit back. Child's pose. We got a couple more in us, yes? Okay. The next one I'd like us to do is a knee pull rather than a leg pull. So I'm going to do this facing forward here too so you can see. So knee pull, The knee is going to pull to the outside of the body, not underneath, and there's going to be a lift. So what you're thinking of is strengthening back into the outer hips here. So in your plank, right knee is going to pull up to right tricep on the outside, step back, then left knee up to left tricep and step back, right? Alternating and trying to stabilize your body as best as you can. All right, 30 seconds of these. We'll begin. 3, 2, 1, and go. Knee pull up high, step back. Good. I like to use my exhale when I'm pulling the knee up. Inhale when I step back. Good. 10 more here, guys. Good. 5 more. 2, 1. Good. Gently to the knees. Child's pose. In your child's pose here, stretch the arms behind you. Let the shoulders fall to the earth. You can kind of roll out the wrists behind you if you like. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and roll slowly to seated. Let's come to a cross-legged position. Take for a moment, sit down firm, lift heart high. Arms are going to come out 45 degrees with tented fingers. Push all fingertips light to get taller in your chest. Tip your head to the right. Good, lift up. Tip to your left. Stretching out the sides of our neck here. Lift the head to center. Tip to the right. Lift up. Tip to the left. Coming back up, let's tip back over to the right. Let's stay tilted. Lower the chin down. Look to your inner thigh. Lift the chin up, look towards the ceiling. Chin lowering down, look to your inner thigh. Chin up, look to ceiling. Once more. Chin down, look to your inner thigh. Chin up, look to ceiling. Look straight ahead. Lift the head up. Tip to the left. Stay here. Chin towards chest, look down at the thigh. Chin to sky. Look up at the ceiling. Chin coming down, inner thigh. Chin lifting up, ceiling. Once more. Chin coming down. Chin coming up. Look straight ahead. Lift the head up slow. Let the arms relax. Let the palms face the sky. When you breathe in, reach those arms out wide, up high, touch the hands above you, and then bring the hands down through midline to your heart. 2 more times. Inhale, sweep up. Side bodies are long. Exhale, hands to heart space. 1 more time, guys. Breath in big. Follow the hands to the sky. Watch as they connect. Follow them as they come to your heart. Keep the hands at your chest. Lower your chin down in and close your eyes. A quick thanks to yourself for showing up to the work, for doing the practice, for being dedicated to your body, health, and wellness, and taking the time to connect to your body, most importantly. Thank you guys so very much. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys next week. Good job, guys. Thanks so much for participating again. Do this as many times as you'd like, and we'll see you for a fresh start next week. Bye, guys.